Hello and welcome, my name is dragondrop and this is the joinDOTA League. Just in case you didn't notice, I thought I'd tell you. So now you know, my name is dragondrop, I said that already as well. But Revenge versus eHug, man, I'm so excited to be able to cast this game. Revenge with the full roster, but eHug missing Ryu Boros, but MSS standing in. And MSS, I really love him as a player. He's just standing in for all the teams and has been playing with eHug for quite a while before they recruited Billy, I believe.
Radiance.
Actually, yeah. My point is, MSS is really acquainted with the team, so shouldn't be any problems coming from that. So, Ember Spirit and Invoker, as well as the Naga Siren and the Nyx Assassin being banned out in the first two from each team, so those are really popular heroes right now, especially the Ember Spirit. They can just go explode and take the game over, as well as the Naga Siren and the Nyx Assassin, all around useful and good hero that will always have an impact in a game. eHug picking up the Bad Rider as first pick.
10 seconds to go.
Really nice pickup, gives you the initiation that you always want in any game of Dota. Mirana as well for the follow-up. Also a very nice hero. Bad Rider will probably go to the offlane, which would leave Mirana in either a support position. But Mirana can do a lot of things. Mirana can play support, can play mid, can play carry if you really want to. So, draft really open from eHug right now. Revenge, on the other hand, it's a little bit more clear. Lycan will be in the farming role. Crystal Maiden will be supporting. Starting off in the jungle if she can afford it with the Frostbite. Just able to farm out these big creeps really early in the games. Just one of the strengths of Crystal Maiden. And not just that she's able to pick up the XP from the jungle and the gold, but also that she's just off the map, and you never know when she will decide to rotate out with a smoke and gank your other lanes. So, solid pickup all around. Lycan, of course, needs some time to go online. And if you put some pressure onto him in the lane, that can backfire quite decently. And with the Mirana already picked up for eHug, they definitely have the potential to pick up an aggressive tri-lane here. So, the Banner to Disruptor. And the Brewmaster, okay. Not quite sure of the Brewmaster ban. I haven't seen it recently in competitive gaming. I think I've seen it once, but I haven't been able to actually watch the game, so... Might be that it's coming back in the meta, and hell, why not? I would love to see some Brewmaster played. Who wouldn't? But the Disruptor, of course, a really nice teamfight hero, just able to control the teamfights in the mid game, and just it's not something that you want to have done again, have against you, especially if you already got a Bad Rider that can just be glimpsed back when you go in for a kill. Now Weaver, gonna be the carry choice for eHug, which restricts Mirana a little bit, so she won't be the carry hero.
10 seconds to go.
At least not the one position, I would imagine. But Weaver can solo. He can solo in the safe lane, and they can still go for that aggressive tri-lane if they just pick up two nice supports. Ancient Apparition and Crystal Maiden, they're decent at level 1. Ancient Apparition with the Chilling Touch. Crystal Maiden with the Frostbite or the Crystal Nova, depending on what she wants to choose and what the situation calls for. But there are counters, and apart from the Chilling Touch, Ancient Apparition doesn't give you anything in the laning stage. So, yeah, I can pick up something like a Bane, which is still in the pool. Of course, an excellent combo with the Mirana, and then maybe something like a Rubik. Would have some decent spells to steal. Especially from the Ancient Apparition. Maybe he gets the Howl, maybe he gets something from the Crystal Maiden, which is always useful. So, that can happen. Hang on. Alright, sorry, just had to check something. But the puck gonna be the mid hero for Revenge. And eHug hasn't yet revealed the mid hero. But at least not... Yeah, there's the Bane pickup, that's what I was talking about. I mean, Weaver, Mirana, Bad Rider, they can all go mid. That's just the beauty of the first three picks from eHug. They can do a lot of things. Weaver can go mid, Weaver can go aggressive try if he really wants to, Weaver can solo, Mirana can do basically anything as I mentioned before. Bad Rider, one of the heroes that can start off in the offlane, but who can also go mid and will always have the ability to fall back into the jungle if he has a hard time in any of his lanes. So, very well-rounded lineup for eHug right now. They have early damage coming from Mirana and if she manages to hit the arrow.
5 seconds.
If initiation from the Batrider, they have DPS from the Weaver, so control from the Bane.
Reserve time.
Really well run on pickup. Revenge though, I'm a little bit worried. If eHug does decide to go aggressive try and put pressure on Lycan, then he probably won't have a good time with just the CM and the AA supporting him. Puck should do fine in the mid lane against most heroes, but there's still something like an OD in the pool. Just gotta remember that. Apart from that though, if Puck is off to a good start, he can be a nice tempo controller in the mid game and sort of counteract the Batrider if he's quick enough with his tree fingers. Just using the silence as soon as the Batrider comes in. Being able to counter initiate, just blink in, drop the coil, and drop the silence, drop the orb, do what a Puck does, and then just buy some space for the rest of your team to go after them and save the last out hero. Sand King, last ban from the Revenge, and they also banned out the Visage in the 4th position, and that's one hero that would go really well with an aggressive try lane. Just the damage potential that that hero has is just absurd in the early levels once it gets 1 or 2 points up into Soul Assumption. Nature's Prophet gonna be the last ban out. Not wanting to give Revenge the option of any more split push, because Lycan alone is just hard to deal with as soon as he gets a Necrobook up, and his Vlads of course. Then he can push down towers really quickly, and if you add a Nature's Prophet into that, yeah, really smart ban from eHug. They just don't want to deal with that. Alright, Revenge, still looking for an offlane
10
hero.
seconds to go.
Something like Timbersaw still in the pool, but against the Weaver
5 seconds.
might not be the best idea. I'm not sure, honestly.
Reserve time.
Other offlane heroes, Slark would be available, would be some nice extra damage, because, I mean, Puck with the magic damage, alright, but Crystal Maiden gives you a little bit of magic damage.
10 seconds
If
to
she gets an
go.
ulti off, of course. Really good magic damage, but there's a lot
5
of
seconds.
ways to disrupt that. And it's gonna be a Night Stalker, okay.
Radiant's pick.
It's gonna be an offlane Night Stalker? Perhaps. I think they'll wait on the last picker from eHug to decide what they want to do. I do think though that it's gonna be a mid Night Stalker. And then the Puck in the offlane. That has been seen. Aggressive tri lane? I'm not sure. I don't think so, because kind of a waste if you have a Crystal Maiden
10
who's not able
seconds
to
to
utilize the
go.
jungle to go aggressive with her. She's also very squishy and very
5
slow,
seconds.
so... And as I mentioned earlier, Ancient Apparition doesn't give you a whole lot of control in the lane.
Reserve time.
So that's a big downside if you go in an aggressive tri lane. So 15 seconds left on the clock for eHug. They have to decide soon.
10 seconds
And
to
it's
go.
gonna be the Axe. Very nice.
Dyer's pick.
MSS gonna pick it up right away. So let's just see what they want to do. It might be a jungle axe, jungle / support axe. I'm Sheep Sucks though, picking up the Morana. Okay. I think he's the offlane player usually for eHug, but... Or, no cakes, what I'm talking about. Yeah. I think it's gonna be Morana mid. Let's just wait and see how the lane shape. Because then I can't say
Ready,
any
get
more
set.
stupid things. Alright, while we have some time, let's have a look at our lineups. We've got Banjaz on the carry Lycanthrope. Smash on the Night Stalker, he's heading towards mid lane. Yeah, defensive tri lane coming out with Mistco on the Ancient Apparition. Masoku gonna play the Crystal Maiden, that leaves Mihawk on the offlane Puck. On the side of eHug, we've got Pandego on the Bane. Jigglebilly on the Weaver heading to the safe lane. MSS actually going mid. A little bit weird. Haven't seen a mid axe in like forever. It's usually just jungle. Anyway, we'll see how that's gonna go. I'm Sheep Sucks. Gonna be on the Morana. Cakes. Gonna be the
30
Batrider in the
seconds to
offlane. So
showtime.
I think the MSS is just blocking the creeps, so Morana can hang out here and secure the rune. And then Morana will be in the mid lane. And MSS will rotate into the jungle since he picked up the first point into the counter helix. Right, Ori early wards coming out. Really defensive there, just making sure that the Bat Rider doesn't have an easy time in the top lane. Can't rotate around, but maybe in anticipation of an aggressive tri lane, but obviously that's not coming out. This ward down here. Oh, actually, this is a Radiant ward, alright. Okay. Yeah, really smart ward. Really necessary for the Bat Rider to stay alive, because he is all alone. And if they catch him out with the Frostbite, chilling touch damage is a whole lot. If 3 heroes bang on you with that buff on, you won't survive as a Bat Rider. If you just have the minimum amount of control. Hey, I'm Sheep Sucks. Drop in the Sentry Ward, not gonna find anything though, but at least now he knows that the top rune isn't watered. Dire Ward here, of course, also for Puck in the safe lane. That's a really good ward. It watches the rune and also watches this entire area, so the Puck will know if someone rotates around. But he might be in a little bit of trouble here. Orb's out. Yeah, they can't find him. He's in the middle of the trees, but he's in a really bad position now because Panda Ego is gonna be on the lookout. He's chopping down wood. Has a little bit of trouble with a melee creep, it seems. Ah, it's actually a range creep. But yeah, Mihawk. I think that's out of XP range. I'm pretty sure it is. So he's in a really bad spot. Yeah, basically sees Panda Ego, so now we can all back up if we want to. Yeah. So already a good start for this defensive duel lane with the Bane and MSS is actually gonna go mid. Okay. Against the Night Stalker, of course, it works. But I'm really curious to see how this does match up in the end. So I haven't seen a lane like that before. I don't think you have either. Alright. Not a whole lot of action. Everyone's just farming up. So the big question will be whether the Night Stalker will be able to make something happen once the nighttime rolls in. I mean, if he does good enough in mid, he will be able to have enough points into Hunt in the Night to be able to rotate around. And that will of course be earlier than... Oh, there's a Frostbite and the Chilling Touch, but the Firefly... just enough time to get off the ledge. So... Cake's playing with fire and he doesn't have a self left, so... he has to play it really defensively for a bit now. Mihawk stacking Ancients. Doesn't feel comfortable down on this lane because... well, I don't think Bane and the Weaver can kill him, but they can dish out a lot of damage towards the Puck. And he is not the tankiest hero by any means. Just doing Ancients 2 minutes into the game. And yeah, he hasn't got a single extra creep of experience since he opted down there, so... he's definitely not having fun. I'm Sheepsacks lurking in the jungle, stacking camps left, right and center. He's able to rotate around wherever he's needed. Yeah, probably preparing stacks for the Bat Rider. And yeah, that's one of the things that makes Bat Rider such a good hero. You can put him in the offlane if he does fine, alright. If he doesn't, if he gets zoned out, it's alright. You have a support, stack the camps inside your own jungle, and then he can just come there, disappear off the map for a couple of minutes, and then come out with a completed Blink Dagger at like 7, 8 or 9 minutes. Depending on how the game goes. And yeah, with the Mirana also playing off-map Dota in this jungle. Doing the pulling. It's really risky for Revenge to try and put pressure on the Bat Rider, so he's gonna have his blink reasonably soon. But of course that leaves the Lycanthrope with complete free farm in this top lane, and if all the other builds that I've seen Lycans do since he risen to prominence in the competitive Dota is anything to go by, then he will build Blats, then he will build Necrovoke, and then he will start pushing towers like crazy. Can't catch him because of the shapeshift. Nighttime, and Smash already using it to be much more aggressive. And he's got support on the backlines, but I'm pretty sure MSS saw that. Yeah, Bane rotated around to help him out. Didn't want to go aggressive. No, Chilling Touch is used. Gonna retreat right away. Yeah, Masoku and Misko kind of wasting their time there now with that failed gank. Usually if you see supports rotate in the mid, they would just rotate up across the river, smoked up, and go down here, wait for the other guy to be inside of the river, then rotate around and grab a kill. But hey, it's nighttime, you have a Night Stalker on the other side. You know that you're gonna get ganked during nighttime, or at least that there will be attempted ganks. Pandego now rotated top to pick up some semblance of experience because he's only level 2. Moran has been taking over the pulling duties, so she's a little bit better off. But Bane basically just going where he's needed to babysit his teammates. So here to try to pick up whatever he can on the top lane. And it's really gonna be on him later on, him and the battle item, to really put the control skills to good use against the Lycanthrope, and also the Night Stalker to some degree.
Denied.
Night Stalker, well, ever since the change to night times, since it starts at 4 minutes, Night Stalkers usually don't go roaming around in the first night because they just don't have enough levels yet. And yeah, we see that right here. He's just using the nighttime to be able to play a little bit more aggressively than he usually could. Picks up an Indus rune though, and that might tempt him to go for Pandego. And yeah, he's sitting quite vulnerable, but good game sense. You know something's up. No, so rune didn't spawn bottom. But he knows Night Stalker is missing, and it's still nighttime, so he won't be caught out.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
But it does open up an opportunity to push this tower down a little bit. Lycan already working on it. He's got 3 points up to the wolves. And he's level 6 at the ready if he needs it. Ancient Apparition just doing what he can to help out. But Smash is still looking for blood. He might find Pandego if he decides to go a little bit further out and try and defend this tower. I don't think he will do that, but who the hell knows as. There we continue. Jigglybilly though, he's doing well for himself. He's built the Midas, so, and he's right on par in terms of last hits with the Lycanthrope. So he's able to keep up and get ahead just because he went for the Midas build. And since there's not a whole lot of action anyway, I don't think they'll be able to punish him for that.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
I mean, Smash is looking for something, anything, but with that Invis rune still on him, and with the nighttime still going, but he's only got about a minute left,
taking hits.
and he's not finding anything. Cakes actually took a lot of damage in the jungle, I imagine. MSS is taking it over in the meantime. So, yeah, playing very defensively, very passively, not getting caught out at all. Paneo's still sitting in level 2. And that's a problem. I mean, look at the supports on the side of Revenge. Crystal Maiden, maxing out the Frostbite, not even putting a point into Crystal Nova, so... And usually if you want to start ganking a little bit with the CM, you want to point it to Crystal Nova just because of the slow. Now she's placing an aggressive Observer Ward to keep an eye on the Bane. And maybe create opportunities for Night Stalker in a second nighttime. But yeah, usually if you want to gank with the Crystal Bane, you put 1 point into Crystal Nova, and she hasn't done that, so... Also very defensive from Revenge right now. I mean, Frostbite is good, don't get me wrong, but usually not enough to get a kill unless you have overwhelming numbers, or unless you're against a level 3 Bane. Yeah. And yeah, they're gonna go on him. And Lycanwolf pops the Shapeshield, he's Nightmare up, but the Frostbite will catch him, and that will be enough. Mass TP rotations though, MSS uses the call, and he's just chopping wood. There's the Batroider with the lasso up. That Lycan will go down to the Culling Blade. Very nice counter initiation there with these mass TPs coming out. Trading 2 for 1 there. Trade away the first blood, but they get 2 kills in return, and they get the Lycan, which is really, really important. He's got his Vladimir's offering, but... so it's not as bad as it could have been. But still, getting the Lycan at this stage in the game, if they can continue to do that, then they're gonna be in a good shape. Nemesis already level 9. With the bottle, with the tranquils. Does he have anything on the... Oh, there's the blink. No, a blink dagger, yeah. Not for the Bat Rider, but for the axe. That's something I haven't talked about yet. Axe is actually a really good initiator. It's one of these melee initiators, like the Slaughter, like the Centaur War Runner, that have really benefited from the Blink Dagger not costing any mana anymore. And he doesn't have a stun, but he has the Berserker's Call, which is just as good if you get it on the right heroes. And now he's gonna go on the Lycanthrope without the Shaper Shift. Wolves are coming back, but he's taking a lot of damage, and the Culling Blade will take him down. So another very nice rotation, and Nemesis starts doing work, and this is where the axe shines. Showing off the Blink Dagger, and that's just what I wanted to say. It can be really, really good to lock down heroes, especially if they're not hitting too hard with right clicks now. Right. Axe now man-moding it on Night Stalker, and with Bane rotating around and the Rains are doing a lot of damage. Smash has to go back. It's not nighttime. He doesn't have his ultimate. A ulti does go in, but Emesis should be just fine as he tallies another kill with the Culling Blade. So he took all the 4 kills for Revenge, and he now just goes back. During all that time though, Weaver's just merrily farming away. Got his Aquila up, sitting in another 1900 gold. So
Radiant's top tower.
we'll see whether he decides to go straight into damage with something like a Desolator, or we'll just finish the Lincolns first. But finally, the top tower is gonna get gone on. Banjas once again in trouble. Look at that damage coming out off MSS. 5 kills now. And him and Aged Apparition is in trouble as the Weaver rotated in as well. Now Gemini attack will pick him up too. And the Crystal Maiden died in that fight as well. Who picked that up? The Bane, yeah. Alright. Bane's also almost level 6, so... yeah, he's in fact just got it now, so the Fiend's Grove is into the game. And they can kill the Lycan right now already. Just imagine what they can do with the Fiend's Grip. It's just gonna extend their ability to control him for much, much longer. And the Night Stalker is pretty much a hero that's only good half the time. Now Crystal Maiden rotating around, but she's so slow even with the Tranquils. Not able to get in, the Nam Sheep sucks. Leap away will ensure his survival.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Revenge doing what they can do, just capitalize on what their advantage is, and their advantage is right now that they do have some decent push already with the Lycanthrope. Howl coming out, and these wolves hit quite hard because of it. And yeah, nighttime even used to augment that, so that's tier 1 down. They gun trade away the tier 1 top, but it's still a 2-1 tower advantage going the way of Revenge, but Night Stalker might be caught up. Bat Rider, he's on the hunt. He does have his Blink Dagger already, of course. He wants someone, but he's not gonna find anyone. Smash did go away close to the safety of his teammate. Yeah, they're now angling around Roach, and I would like to see eHug placing another ward.
6 in a row.
What?
How about that?
Alright, MSS
Top tower. You know
getting a solo kill on the park, that's something that should not have happened. But he did it. And now, Crystal Maiden is just...
2 down.
yeah, if you manage to solo kill a park, you can just blow up a Crystal Maiden, even if it's behind the tier 1. So yeah, MS is already level 12, level 2 Culling Blade up. Got the Blade Maid finished.
How about that?
He's hitting her. And the Bane picks up the Night Stalker, Fiend's Grip used in the middle lane, together with the Lasso, so... the ultimate is
The
expended.
Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Alright, slow early game, but now kills are picking up action left, right, and center. Every 3 lanes, kill after kill, and most of them going for eHug. While we have the pause, let's take a look at the gold graph, and yeah, see it in the graph, already sitting at 5,000 gold advantage, as well as about 8,000-9,000 experience advantage. So eHug doing really well for themselves, and they do have the potential to really capitalize on that lead that they have right now in the mid game. Especially with the MSS having such a good time right now. and the Weaver as well. Sold the Stout Shield, doesn't need it anymore.
Guess what's happening to Dire?
I mean, Axe is a man. A man doesn't need a Stout Shield, especially if you have a Blade Mail. So he's... Oh no, Mazoku. Oh no, you are so dead. You are so dead. You just don't know it yet, but now you probably do. That's Berserker's Call. Now the Cooling Blade will pick it up. Cake's gonna get hit by EA ulti though. A lot of damage with the Dream Call from the puck, so he'll take the fall. That's a return kill. Moonlight Shadow will... Yeah. Nah, I'm not quite sure if that was the best idea. That's the entire team there, MSS. You're not that tanky, and he pays for his over extension right now. Pandego's now in trouble. Nightmare, but the Wolves from Banjos will pick him off. So 3 for 2 trade as the Ancient Apparition dies somewhere in the midst of that. So 3 for 2 trade. 2 supports, but you trade away 1 support and 2 cores. So definitely not a good trade for eHug. And now that's just the problem that you have when you play against a Lycanthrope. If you lose a team fight, it doesn't even have to be close to the Roche pit, but the fact that it is just makes it just so much better for Revenge. If you lose a team fight, you're gonna get a Roche or you're gonna get a tower. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. Cake's looking to steal it. Did you get it? Nope. Dire will get it. Lycan will get the Aegis, and Cakes will just throw his life away once again. He's going for the big plays, but that cost him and his team. Gold graph. Probably gonna be cut in half after that experience graph. Just eclipsed the 10,000 mark, but went right back down. So Revenge getting back into this game because of it. Smash though, taking a lot of trouble, and Weaver will pick him up. Masoku, about the time lapse, will be able to... No, actually not. Didn't get the times off, didn't have enough mana for it. So he's down Banjos though, really low on health. MSS looked to make something happen, but he fears the rotation from the supports. Pandego, now the target. Arrow will hit only on the Wolf. Pandego will take the fall here as the entire team is here. MSS triggers the Aegis, but once again, with the help of Army Sheep Sucks, they may make something happen here. Cakes, last on Banjos, but not enough control as the Bane has been picked off. But Arrow actually hits, and that will be the Lycanthrope going down. Really nice play there. This time MSS not quite overextending as he did have enough support behind him. Triggered the Aegis, got the Lycanthrope again, and that's a really big kill for them. And all the advantage that Revenge just had gonna be really mitigated at the very least by this engagement. Lycanthrope. Quite close to the Necrobook anyway, but Weaver going for the Desolator right away, I would imagine, unless he wants to turn that into a BKB. Keeping his options open right now, and BKB against the Ancient Apparition with the Frost Blast. And of course the Puck. Might not be the worst choice.
The Dire best do something about
Don't really think this is Lincoln's game. All you have for Lincoln's is really just Cold Feed or the Void, and can usually tank that even as a Weaver. Worst comes to worst, you just time us out. So Night Stalker finished the threads, finished the urn, as we see another pulse coming out. Yeah, some ping problems on the side of Masoku. But yeah, Night Stalker going for the Aghanims as his first major item. And it's a really good item on Night Stalker. A little bit underrated, but it does give you flying vision around you. So a Bat Rider can't hide in the trees anywhere. Just doesn't happen. So really useful, tanks them up of course as well. To get back into this game. Alright, Crystal Maiden. Not getting a whole lot, of course she's a support hero. But there's not gonna be a Mac anytime soon on the side of Revenge, it would seem. Bane got the Arcane Boots. Also not anywhere close to a Mac. But the Bat Rider on the other hand is close to his 4-star. He'll have it in another 40 gold. So Blink Dagger 4-star, those are the two big items that you really want to have. Oh, missed the kill again. Mirana picked up. Did TP out, but not quite in time. But MSS looking for some payback. He will pick up Mihawk with another Culling Blade. And now Ancient Apparition is in trouble as he will get lassoed. It's just hitting so hard, and the dunk, this is just so satisfying to see. The double damage, of course, had something to do with it. Masoku just caught up by Fiend Scrap and Brain Cell will pick him off in the backlines. I don't know what the Crystal Maiden was doing there. It just... You can't do that. He's just so squishy. Any hero on the side of eHug can solo him right now. So he can't be anywhere away from his team. Not gonna look to go on Night Stalker. It's a good time for it. But he will find Haste Rune, so he should be A-okay. But MSS, man. MVP so far in this game. Oh, wrong button.
Bottom tower.
But isn't that a nice view? Look at that axe, man. Look at the axe. So cool. Alright. But yeah, he's doing work. Taking the game over. Telly 10 kills already. And Puck is the big loser in all of this. He's sitting at 35 CS, 90 minutes, and he has his blink dagger, but not a whole lot else. ulti will hit though on the Mirana. Puck will blink in, do a couple of right clicks, but there's no follow-up. He will be alright, but what? I'm a Sheik's Plugs. Using himself a little bit early, he didn't get quite as much use out of that as he should have. Of course, the Frost Blast, or the Frostbite coming out of the Frost Blast from the Ancient Apparition, prevents any sort of healing, so... Maybe that's why no one's really going for Mac on the side of eHug. Because there's a chance that you won't be able to use it effectively in teamfights anyway. Yeah, Mirana instead going straight for the Yasha. Masoku is pinged out at least, but I'm not sure if they know he's there. They knew something's going on. There's Silence and Coil on 2. They will be blown up with the A ultimate. But MSS, dunk 1. Fiend Scrib on Smash will lose him some time, but he's taking a lot of damage as Banjas, who's just starting to come on his own. Feeble not doing as much work, and Puck going to turn on Jigglebelly, he will take the fall, and that's a full 5-man wipe out of nowhere. Just pick up the AA in return.
Dire's mid towers
And
have
yeah,
technical difficulties.
came out of nowhere, but if you get the initiation with the Puck into a Frost Blast on 2 of your main heroes in terms of control with the Batrider and the Mirana, they didn't get anything up in that fight there. So gonna take 2 towers of that just because Banjas is such an extreme pusher on Lycanthrope. Or Lycanthrope in general, it's not just Banjas that's doing it. Now rotating back, farm some more, defend his own tier 2. So, let's see how that turns on with Gold Graph, yeah. eHug just back to where they were, just above the 5,000. Again, cut in half. Same for the experience, so... Really well played from Revenge now. Mainly Mihawk on the Puck, he was... and of course the Ancient Apparition. They did most of the work, just being able to pick up these 2 crucial heroes. At the beginning of the fight, just won it. MSS, as big as he is, he can't solo the entire team. Axe is a man, but even men have limitations. Alright, Mirana finished Yasha. Manta style, still a little bit off. She's playing in more of a support role, I would say. But yeah, both teams taking a little bit of a breather, just farming up the next core items. We'll see what the Axe wants to pick up. He's sitting on 2,800 gold now. Not quite sure what you build on an Axe. Probably just a heart, just to be able to tank even more than he is right now. Smashville got the Aghanim Scepter out of that last fight, so he'll be able to take advantage of that. Ancient Apparition, now he is building the mechanism slowly but surely. He's got the buckler up. But that means that he's not gonna have an Aghanim Scepter anytime soon. And where the Ancient Apparition really shines is if you manage to get an Aghanim Scepter up on him and a level 2 Frost Blast. Because that is just so frustrating to deal with. It's 17-second duration on the Frostbite. Yeah. Both teams just feeling each other out right now. That flying vision from Nightstalker, he just... If anyone goes over here, if anyone were to rotate into the jungle to try and gank him or just farm up, would be able to see it without wards, without anything. So yeah. See eHug now claiming the Revenge's jungle. Basically jungle swap if you think about it. Revenge farming the eHug jungle and vice versa. Revenge though did leave a couple of aggressive observer wards behind. So that one's about to time out. So is that one actually, so been there quite a while. Soku not having anything to replenish it. Yeah, both teams looking to finish these next items. Lycanthrope. After the bad start he had, I didn't have the right expectations for him, but he really came back to zone. He's sitting at the top of the net worth chart, got the Vlads and the book 3, and he went from Midas. That'll be a part of it, I suppose. So he's now online, and he can push towers if you leave him alone, like pretty much nothing else. I mean, the Lone Druid compares, the Pugner sort of compares, but it doesn't have that sustain. It comes with just having to right-click to bring down towers as opposed to using a skill for that. But yeah, both teams angling for Roshan now, and he will respawn in about 15 seconds. I wonder if Banjas will scout that out or not. No, not just yet. Oh, there's actually another new ward. And Axe finds the Crystal Bane. She definitely overstayed her welcome. I mean, he was down there earlier, like a minute ago. Didn't really expect her to stay down there as long as she did. But yeah, hashtag space created as the rest of the team is still farming.
United.
Yeah, Night Stalker and the Wolves going on Iron Sheep sucks, and he's not long for the world. The Wolves will finish him off, but Mihawk gonna get caught by a lasso. Axe hitting so hard once again. Feed Scope committed to get him down. And Smash, not a whole lot he can do. He can right click a lot, but he doesn't have any kind of AoE damage, so a couple of napalm stacks on him already. Cake's just laying down fire everywhere, but now Banjas joining into the fight. Pandego takes the fall. Smash now is in trouble too though, but Banjas, now he's all alone, but he will almost pick up MSS. But with the Weaver and the Cakes just right-clicking him the entire time, he wasn't gonna survive that if he committed on that. Masoko going back into the game. Axe is still alive though. Frostbite up on Masoko, but yeah. Still alive, but no mana, no health. He has to retreat, but Cakes might be able to catch up to him. There's no support for Masoko whatsoever. Cakes doesn't have a lasso, but he has a lot of napalm stacks. He has a Firefly if he wants to use it. Yeah. Frostbite will give him a little bit of space, but and 4 stuff.
Mid tower could use a little help.
But guess what? Cakes also has a 4 stuff, and also. Oh, nice arrow! What a sniper, man! I'm a Sheep sucks with the arrow from downtown, securing another kill. So 3 for 2 exchange at the end of the day. 4 for 2 as they got 4 for 2 as they got the puck as well. Speaking of the puck, he's committing on Jigglybilly, but he has the time lapse and the BKB finished. As well as Desolator, so I haven't really looked at Jigglybilly the entire time, but he has been farming up well. And he is huge. And Amaziah gets to drop in Banjas and the Culling Blade. Duke's at home. And Lycan is not a hero that can be on the front lines like that, not at this stage in game with that kind of farm. He's gone for the split push build, but he's not doing a whole lot of split pushing.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
He's on his way to a BKB, but he only got the Ogax and no gold to speak of unless he has something on the courier. Yeah, he actually has, okay. Forget what I just said, he has the BKB sitting in the courier already, so. Alright, but Weaver, right there with him on the net worth shot. Of course, he also went Midas. A little bit earlier than Banjas did, if I'm not mistaken. So you see a smoke rotation coming out. Smash picking up the haste rune. Not gonna use it though, as he's pretty much max move speed anyway now. With the smoke and the nighttime. Looking for someone, not gonna find anyone though. As Jigglybilly just recognized something fishy was going on. Going back to base to heal up. Yeah, the rest of eHug. Once again, nice game sense. Just recognizing that something is amiss and just falling back into the safety of your own base and your own jungle, grouping up as 4 or 5. But they finally found Roshan again. Yeah, do they smell it? That's a big question, but because right now they're not going to be in position to contest this. He's dropping really fast. Yep. That's Roshan down pretty quickly. There's not even a medallion used. I think I saw a medallion early in the game, I wasn't mistaken. Oh. Yeah. It's probably another game, but yeah. X went for that heart, as I mentioned earlier. And it feels so good if you're a new caster and don't know the heroes very well and just speculate on an item when they actually end up building it. So yeah, thanks MSS for making me not look too stupid. Yeah. I'm looking to put on some pressure on the last remaining tier 1 tower. It's on low health, so we'll be able to take it down rather easily, but kind of baiting with Jago Billy right now as well. Puck's sitting in the backlands, but if he goes in, he'll find a nasty surprise. Crystal Maiden probably not going to be able to do a whole lot of saving.
Bottom tower. Dire just couldn't save that bottom tower.
Yeah. Wisely, Revenge retweeting.
Getting the business.
Yeah, eHug knows that they know, so they might as well just go full force, push down the tower.
Guess what's happening to
Take's sitting in the backlines, side the trees, but Smash is coming around for the flank, as well as the Puck is still sitting down there.
Breaking through the Dire structures for now. The Dire best do something about that.
All these heroes can get into the fight really easily. Yeah, Mirana can just do that, throw out an arrow, but there's a jump. Cakes gets Masoku, he will be out of the fight in no time. Moonlight Shadow just covered the retreat. Not taking any chance, but Puck cancels too! Silence on 2. But Cakes coming back. Weaver's still in the area, so Puck looking to make the big plays, but in the meantime though, Benjas going to town, and yeah, that's why they teleported back. But they got the Bane back, and he'll be able to delay that for quite a while. But he can't kill the Benjas, he's just committing on this tower. So, in that sense, the sacrifice from the Puck probably worth it. And he's just committing the glyph already been used. Cakes doesn't have enough damage, this Melee will go down. BKB even popped. Wow.
Didn't make it.
Yeah, that's what a lycanthrope does for you, and that's what he needed to do. Took him long enough, if I might say so. With the Aegis up, he won't come up in his ultimate form. And the Nightmare's up, Arrow has been used as well, so he might pay with his life for it if there's enough follow-up. Starstorm is available, yep. Pays with his life for it, but he does get the melee barracks. So, at the end of the day, cross map a 4-for-1 trade as Weaver dies in the top lane. Sorry I wasn't watching that, but I was real looking to see whether Benjas will be able to survive this or not. But he definitely did accomplish his goal. So yeah. eHug, caught on the back foot, still very much ahead. Not too much by gold, still sitting about at 4,000, but the experience graph well in the favor, sitting at about 12,500, 30,000. And MSS, of course, tankier than ever. Yeah, he's also hitting for a whole lot. You can't underestimate that. If he manages to get the Berserker's Call off on these support heroes, they will just melt. Melt during the time that he has the Berserker's Call on him. Just by virtue of his right clicks, the counter helix, and then the Calling Blade to finish him off. So, yeah. I'm crushing Cake's decision to go on the Crystal Maiden though. Not sure if that was really worth it to expend the lasso on that, but on the other hand, was the only one they saw, I would imagine. Jiggly taking some harassment. Moonlight Shadow will secure safety. Will they make anything else out of that though? I'm sure. I'm not sure. Maybe they thought the rest of Revenge was there to back up the Crystal Maiden, but they just used the Moonlight Shadow to be safe. But that wasn't the case, so pretty much a wasted ultimate. eHug though looking for an opportunity. Oh wow. And you found it. Global presence with the AA ultimate securing the kill. Not even having to use the call. Nice phase shift, dodging the arrow. Should be able to get away. Blink. Ahsoka now also there. Cake's taking a lot of damage from these Necronomicon units as the puck also went for a split push route. And now Smash, it is nighttime. With the ultimate up and Cake's caught out, silence used, a couple of right clicks will secure the kill. So 2 cores picked up for eHug.
Tower's getting banged up.
For revenge, I should say. They are the ones picking up the kill, and at the same time, Banda's doing what it does, putting up pressure on the tower. Yeah, if Revenge play this out right and just avoid the fights as much as possible and relying on these pickoffs that they get with the Frost Blast, while Band is a split pushing, then they can definitely take this game. Wouldn't put it past them, but there's the engagement now. Bane caught out. Nightmare on himself, but it's not gonna be enough with the BKB up on Banjas. He will take the fall, and yeah, they can't defend this tower. So we're just being annoying. Frostblast though coming in. Blightmail will not protect you from that. Smash, throwing out a void for good measure. Takes this out and probably gonna back off. Arrows gonna hit on Masoku. Are they gonna commit on him? Probably be a bad idea, but nighttime is not available for Night Stalker, so they might have been able to get the kill. Spenges was nowhere to be found there. In the meantime, as well, range packs taking a lot of damage from these mega creeps. During all the time that Revenge has put pressure up, balls and another balls coming out, more connection problems would have seen. Or lag problems. We have those for quite a while now. Let's just hope that it's not gonna be too long of a pause. So, yeah, that's just watch the opportunity or the advantage you have by being a Rex up. Put a pressure on another lane, you force the enemy team to commit to try and defend, or lose their other towers, and in the meantime, if you manage to keep all of their heroes' attentions, or some of them are down, like Cakes and Jigglebilly were, that creep wave will slowly but surely push in and do some sort of damage. And if eHug isn't careful, then they will do range racks eventually. But range racks are arguably not the most important racks. Most of the damage has already been done. Banja is sacrificing himself for all the melee racks, but still. A lot of DPS from these lanes are coming out of the range creeps. Right, Mihawk, seeing another 2000 gold, we'll see what he wants to pick up next. Maybe looking for Scythe of Vice for an extra bit of control that they could definitely use. And they have a lot of damage and a lot of split push potential. But not too much control. I mean, they have the Frostbite, which is meh. But apart from that, Nightstalker also got himself a BKB. Don't know if I mentioned that already. Also sitting at about 1900 gold. He might want to pick up a Skull Basher or something of the sort. So yeah, item progression coming out of Lycanthrope. More split push with the Boots of Travel. Blade Mail up. Might want to pick up Shiva's Guard or maybe an Assault Cuirass. Probably the latter, I would imagine. And yeah, Jigglebilly, he's so scared right now. Gets hit by the AA ultimate and pops the BKB just to be able to get away and not risk getting initiated upon. Smash might fight him here. He does have a gem, so Jigglebilly can't hide. But he's fast enough to be able to retreat into the safety of his own base. Oh yeah. He picked up the Eagle Song. He's getting closer and closer to a Butterfly. Should help him with sustain in these fights, but I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be enough damage now. eHug smoked up with 3. Gonna find a blink, but smoke's gonna run out. I'm not gonna find anyone. Hey, ultimate once again hitting on Jigglebilly. And that's one of the most obnoxious heroes to deal with a good AA that's managing to hit these Frostblades constantly on you. Still doesn't have an Aghanim Scepter, but it's still a really low cooldown on that ultimate, so you can just constantly spam that out and harass the crap out of everyone. not so much the damage over time as it is the inability to heal yourself off of that. They're not getting a whole lot either. Seeing at the very bottom of the net worth chart actually. Got a 4-star though, so that'll help him stay alive a little bit longer. We see Revenge slowly taking over the entire map.
Not so fast.
Sphere of influence for eHug is basically not much farther than the base. Because Revenge can farm the jungle, can push the lanes, and they're keeping all the lanes pushed in. eHug. They need to find some pickups there. There's a Crystal Main, for example. There's the Lasso Moonlight Shadow just to be safe. Crystal Main will be caught out, zoning arrow thrown out as well, so yeah. Crystal Maiden, of course, not the best hero that you can get, but all the other heroes from Revenge are so slippery, or because they're so fast, or so slippery just by the way they work, namely the puck, that you can't really kill them. Ancient Apparition is not going to be in the front lines. He wants to sit as far back as possible, just do something else while throwing out his ultimate. Benjaz, of course, the Lycanthrope can just pop his ultimate and just run away. He's decently tanky enough that he can sustain some of the bursts coming out of eHug. So yeah. Who else can you really lasso than Crystal Maiden? That's overextending.
The shuttle flies.
Haystone picked up by Weaver. Night Stalker, he's on the hunt though. He's not gonna be fooled by Weaver, and Jigglebell is actually way out of position. I really don't know what he's doing here all alone. Throwing out a couple of right clicks actually picked up the apparition. I guess that's what he was looking for.
Is broken.
Guys, we can't farm on our own jungle, just farm the ancient apparition somewhere else. Silence is gonna hit and call as well. Timelapse though will snap the call, so he will be in place for a little bit. MSS, you are a man, just going in, forcing everyone to attack him. He's doing a decent amount of damage. Takes lassoing smash as well, but with the Weaver already down, where's your follow-up? MSS is past his prime, he doesn't do as much right-click damage anymore. Right now he's just control. With a little bit of tanking. But you need the Weaver at this point to do right-clicks. Definitely need that. They picked up the puck and the ancient apparition, of course, before that, but not quite sure if that was the worthwhile trade. Because now, once again, Lycanthrope survived, so you can just teleport to another lane, split push, pop the Howl when he wants to, pop the Wolves, and the Necrobook. And yeah, if you paid attention, you might have noticed the Sentry Ward here. The creep started attacking his wolves, but instead of pushing, that's another thing they can do all the time now. eHug in no position to defend this Roshan at all. And yeah, I'm gonna have to give this game to Revenge, honestly. Look good for eHug. But right now, gold graph right back to the 0 line hasn't been too huge to begin with. Experience graph also knows only one way, and that is down, sitting about 6,000 in favor of eHug right now. eHug are not out of this, definitely not, but they need to find a good engagement. They need to find a really good engagement right now. They can't lose the Weaver. I mean, Jigglebell brought us on a cell, just having the entire enemy team chase him across the map. Way out of position there, so but can't afford to do that. But with the way Revenge is playing this, very passively, very safely, it's really hard for eHug to find the openings that they're looking for. To just give KX the opportunity to find a good lasso on the Night Stalker or Lycanthrope preferably. Not just the Crystal Maiden. Soku actually picked up the cheese. I'm not quite sure if that was... Yeah, he's probably gonna pass it on at some point.
So long to the Radiant's top rags.
And yeah, top rags going down.
Towers coming apart.
Just to the creeps. I mean, as mentioned earlier, not the biggest deal. Oh wow, Army Sheep sucks.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Dodging the day ultimate. Wouldn't have killed him, I don't think, but yeah. I'm just looking for Berserker's Call. I'm not gonna find it though. Do you want to get a call on a Night Stalker right now though? With the bash up? Well, he is enfeebled though, so this point wouldn't have been the biggest deal, I suppose. Especially with the rest of the team backing Nemesis up there. Yeah. At this point they don't even want to go on the Crystal Maiden, not in this position, because they don't know where the rest of Revenge is. eHug slowly being choked out. Don't really know what else I can say. I mean, Bedrider, he's got his BKB, he's got his Boots of Travel, it's all well and good, but what does that really do for you? If you don't have the space and the map to be able to use that. He's now looking for another one, but it's just the Crystal Maiden. It's not worth the lasso, but then again... There we go. They'll take what they can get at this point. MSS winding up for the Culling Blade. Not gonna find it though. This Weaver just has too much deeps. Yeah. Revenge feeding Necro units. But they do have the ability to slowly whittle away on these towers if they so choose. They don't need team fight at all. Red Dota is at its best, and it's really getting a little bit boring right now, to be honest. That's just the way it is. That's the way they can win. They could use a win. Revenge sitting in the middle of the pack in the standings of the joinDOTA League in this Divisional 1 of the Americas. Revenge sitting at 6 and 6, so split right down the middle. So win here would really benefit them. eHug sitting at 7 and 5, so slightly better, but of course no one wants to lose. They want to be able to prove their worth in the American Dota scene. eHug, I think, a team with a lot of promise as well. Probably not the most experienced, but they have a really stable team right now, I'd imagine. Jailbilly, an excellent carry player. MSS, of course, not an official member, but standing in quite a lot for them. Ryobor, who's not here right now, also really good. Whoa. Oh yeah, Mirana leaping off the map.
That's 4 in a row.
Gonna get the puck. Slight overextension here coming out of him. He just panic jumped off the map, basically right outside the tree line. But he's gonna be just fine. He picked up Demon Edge, maybe looking for an MKB down the line. Extra right click, but Hug actually buys back, so they want to commit on this. He's got Boots of Travel, he's right back in the fight, and there's a 5-man push coming out. Revenge finally saying enough is enough. We want to fight now. Nightmare coming up on Smash. Meantime though, MSS going in, Mac gonna be popped. Vengeance now, pop the BKB, a lot of BKB coming out also from Jigabilly. He's right clicking hard, but not hard enough. They're not gonna focus on Smash, who's lassoed up. He will probably take the fall, but he will dash out a lot of damage in turn. Jigabilly actually taking a lot of damage, he's silent so he can't time-lapse. Buyback time-lapse right away though, but he's on half health right now. Smash knew he could play like that, because he had the Aegis. Now, Call on 2, Masoka taking a lot of damage. Nightstalker eating the cheese, he's back in business with the BKB running. And Axe with another link, MSS will pick him up. Nice defense overall, but they do lose their Axe. This is gonna have to be the word go for eHug. They have to go all in now. Another pulse coming out. Lycanthrope finished the heart, finished the Assault Cuirass, and we saw how hard he was to bring down in that bottom fight. He was just able to right click whatever he wanted with the BKB up. Didn't saw a Fiend script there, it was on cooldown it seems. Probably from the puck kill earlier. So he wasn't able to provide the control that they needed to prevent Banjaz from doing work. Yeah. take a look at the buyback status. No buyback for Crystal Maiden, not a big deal, but no buyback on Smash either, and that's really big. He's down for 75 seconds. And if eHug keeps playing it defensively like this, they're just gonna get choked out and will lose. So time for games is done. I really think that I have to go all in now. All in push down middle lane. Well, bottom lane is takes to choose, but middle lane is really the most pushed out right now, and it's the only lane where they have not lost the rags yet, so these creeps are much easier to clear out. MSS got an assault cuirass of his own, and he is quite tanky. He's basically counterpart to Lycan in Smash right now, but there's two... Nightstalker actually not building that tanky, but Lycanthrope, of course, sitting at 33,566 health points. The courier, no! No! Elgato, no! Almost got picked up by the wolves. Well, yeah, you know what almost means? Nothing. Though it is not a game about almost. About absolutes. Jigglebilly might be in trouble here. Mihawk is sitting right there. Who's that? Misko, yeah, that's gonna be the ultimate. Silence. BKB though will keep him alive. Will he find Mihawk? Yes, he will, but does he? Whoa! Doesn't have any lockdown to prevent the TP, but the right click's just more than enough. But not quite in position to deal with the Ancient Apparition as well.
6 in a row.
Oh wow! They actually pick up the Lycan in the middle lane. Didn't think it was gonna be that balls out, but yeah, Fiend's Grip used, Lasso used as well, I would imagine. Yeah, really important pickup, and now with the puck and the Lycanthrope down, it's a really good opportunity for them to push, even more so than they had earlier with just Smash being down off the course. Looking for something else. Yeah, they're rotating down bottom lane. They recognize that this is it. Masoku being caught out. He's gonna take the fall with the Calling Blade. Buyback coming out from Lycanthrope. Now Smash, he's in the middle of everyone, taking a lot of damage from the Weaver. BKB or not, he's gonna take a fall. 90 out points. Will they be able to catch up? Link up on Batrada in 4 seconds. Will they be able to find him? No, he's diving down, so he will survive, but he's not in any shape to fight anytime soon. Murano takes a fall, but not the biggest deal, but the buyback of the Lycanthrope, that's the big deal. In the meantime, he just backdoored the middle lane. Bane doing what he can to defend. He will do a lot of damage, and MSS finishes him off with a Calling Blade. But they lose the racks. Lose the melee racks. Range racks is sitting so low. Whenever Banjas gets back up, and whenever he wants, basically, he can teleport down here. Right click that range racks a few times, and it's gonna go down. Puck can probably do the same thing with the Necrobooks, and yeah, he's just sending them. No backdoor regen, no glyph. That's gonna be mega creeps. eHug really in dire straits right now. That means that they can't commit their entire team on a push. Jigglebilly in case doing what they can. Teleport calling in from MSS. They find Smash. Do they have enough to bring him down? Weaver right on top of them. They will be able to. Lycanthrope is down too, so now it's all or nothing. Masoku throwing out the zoning ice. What's it actually called? Freezing field, yeah. But they don't really care about them. They're gonna go for Jugular here. Tower's gonna go down. Gonna go straight for the tier 4s. Crazy talk. No buyback and either Lycanthrope or Nightstalker. It's just a puck, but he isn't tanky enough to stand up for these heroes. Glyph will give them some time. Lycanthrope back up in 30 seconds, but I'm not sure if that's enough. Puck does what he can, but Fiend's Grip coming out. He will take the fall. Masoku and Misko, they are way too squishy. They just died to a couple of right clicks. Buybacks won't change that fact. MSS and Jigglebell just going to tell them they will take this. They will take the Ancient. The GGs come out. Wow, what a game. mega creeps, but eHug still takes his game number 1. Alright. Really relatively slow start, then it picked up in the early and mid game. Then we had our a slow phase with revenge split pushing and choking out eHug, but then eHug using everything they had. And it was enough. The initiation and control from kicks and the Bane and the right clicks and the tank ability coming from the Weaver and the Axe respectively. Very well played. So now I'm gonna take a short break. In the meantime, follow me on Twitter at dragondropdota. Follow my Twitch channel if you so desire, as well twitch.tv/dragondropdota. So I'm gonna put on some music and we're gonna be right back for game number 2 of this 2-game series. Stay with us.